try not to really get into current events because that's not what we're about here at Barrett TV. But I am very passionate about my TV shows. In fact, I spoke about the same issue 10 years ago.
Leah Remini and Holly Leah were fired from The Talk because Julie Chen felt like they were getting too much attention, and she is married to the head of CBS, so she got them removed. Hopefully that's not true, because I love Julie. I love watching on Big Brother. But first, see, I love that. But if this is true, Julie, because it is in the New York Post, then shame on you, and shame on CBS, because Leah Remini and Holly Leah are hilarious. They're great contributors to the show, and I love the group as a whole, but now I'm not going to watch anymore. I love Sharon Osbourne, don't get me wrong. I like Comic View. Beauty Shop was funny, and the Monkey Bread. Yeah, it was good.
And here we are, yet again, with more drama at The Talk. Now, since that video has been posted, there have been a lot of co-hosts in and out of the show, but Julie Chen, who was the head of the show, pretty much the moderator, has since left after a storm of controversy because her husband, Les Moonves, the head of CBS, was accused of heinous sexual acts against many women at CBS, and she decided to stand behind her man, even though she criticized Camille Cosby for standing behind Bill. And she left the show abruptly, no real final goodbye. She recorded something from the set of Big Brother that was played, and even the co-host didn't know what was going to happen because she knew she could not go back to a show called The Talk, where they were supposed to keep it real and talk about their lives if she was not going to acknowledge the fact that she was supporting a sexual predator. So she left the show. So that's number one. She got her just desserts. Now, don't get me wrong. I live for Chenbot as a Big Brother fan, but that was fucking foul what they did to Holly and Leah, and it's trifling for her to support an abuser. What kind of message are you sending? Now, fast forward to like 2 weeks ago, Sharon Osbourne and Cheryl Underwood, my girl, you may recognize her from the intro to Barrett TV.
There was a guy at, let me make sure I got this right, Barrett TV.
Got into it over Piers Morgan saying that Meghan Markle is a liar for all the things she said on the Oprah interview about how the royal family is racist. Now, why she thought it was her duty to come and cape for him and be Captain Save-A-Ho, I'll never know. But now both of them are out of a job because he had to storm off his show because he got checked. And she tried to do Cheryl Underwood when she was simply asking questions and basically saying, how can you support this man when this is racist for him to accuse a black woman of faking her mental illness and lying when her life is in danger, her child's life is in danger. And Sharon got all upset saying, don't you dare cry, blah, blah, blah. Y'all know, y'all seen that part. So now Sharon Osbourne is off of The Talk because CBS does not stand behind that kind of behavior, allegedly, at least in the new 2021 wokeness of it all. So now she's gone. So it's very interesting that after Sharon and Julie plotted to get Leah and Holly removed from the show because they were the most popular co-hosts, a decade later, they both had to leave abruptly due to controversy. Don't do Holly and Leah. I think personally they should be brought back. They may not want to come back, and I wouldn't blame them, but they should be brought back, if not as full-time co-hosts, at least to speak their piece, because they were done very dirty. The first season of The Talk, in my opinion, was the best season of The Talk. Now, Marissa Jared Winokur, I could do without her. But Holly and Leah, they were good. And now they got some no-names. I don't even know who they are. Along with Carrie Ann Anabe and Cheryl Underwood, because Eve had to leave because she's in Britain and she's a billionaire. She ain't got time for that. Aisha Tyler's gone. Sarah Gilbert's gone. Marie Osmond's gone. And a lot of these people, it's coming out now, had problems with Sharon Osbourne. I used to live for Sharon. I didn't really watch the Osbournes, but I liked her on America's Got Talent and The Talk and a few little things here and there because she was so outrageous and, oh, Ozzy, Minnie, you know, all that little cute shit. But now, you're doing too much. You're doing way too much, Sharon. And I'm glad you're getting your just desserts. Because when Holly pointed out the other day on Twitter that she's old enough to remember when Sharon called her and Leah ghetto and then they were abruptly removed, Sharon tried to lie and say she doesn't even say that word, where there was a clip showing that she did say it on the show about them. I'm sorry that you can't handle not being in the spotlight. You had a talk show, Sharon, and it got canceled, so boo-hoo. So now you're on a panel show where you have to share some of the attention. And I think Holly and Leah were a great balance. They had good energy, they were funny, and now you got these randoms that nobody even cares about. That's why I had to go back to The View.
All that, hot topics, and more coming up live on The View.
wanted to come here and go do a full circle moment on that ass and say I'm glad that justice has been served. It may have taken a decade, but here we are. And might I say, I think I look pretty much the same. Well, I look a little bit like Gene Shalit now. But other than that, I think I've aged pretty well. Now I'll see y'all in another 10 years when they do something else trifling. Maybe to Cheryl. I don't know. But I don't think she's going nowhere. She don't want to miss that good CBS check.